we offer them documents, a full documents, hundreds of documents for them to sign. And then, okay, they sign, but at the end of the signing ceremony, they says that, Pak Dendi, for me, it means nothing. Even if I signed, but then I'm not happy with you, and I don't want to do this, what will you do? What you
Yeah.
can do to us?
Yeah.
Can you do harm to me or not? Definitely, you cannot do anything.
So they don't have to go to the police yet. They can
Yeah.
just send a warning
Yeah,
letter,
yeah.
and they will target the top executive. I mean, well, I think we're running out of time now, but can you just tell me very quickly what to do in a case like that where the top executive gets a warning letter?
Oh, first, we have to be firm with our stance. We have to be firm with our stance, whether the accusations is right or not. We have to be firm with that. From that point, if it is actually not right, then we have to deny all the allegations and we can send the counterclaim to the client. But if it turns out that what the allegation is right, then we have to start preparing the exit strategy of this.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Deal Street Cafe, where we're going to spill the beans today on a very interesting issue. We're going to continue with our story in Central Sulawesi, building a smelter, and I'm here with Pak Dendi from one of Indonesia's top law firms, ADCO Law. Thanks for coming back, Dendi. This is our
Thank you.
our third episode, and
Yes.
getting more and more exciting.
Yep, definitely, Chris.
Many issues.
Sure.
You know, Dendi, what I think? I think that in this world, the rupiah has fallen, the dollar is going to crash, Bitcoin has crashed. There's only one currency in this world that's important, and that's friendship. Yeah, and I think for building a smelter, you need to have many friends,
Yep.
many connections.
Yeah.
But you have seen successful projects, right? Successful
Definitely,
smelter projects.
Yeah. I agree with you, Chris. Friendship is quite important, but it is very important for our clients to rely not only based on the friendship, but based on the proper documentation. So,
Well, a lawyer will always say that, yeah. But I think many foreign companies, maybe Chinese companies, they often just do a handshake, and the character of the other person
Yeah.
is more important. They
Yeah.
feel that
Yeah.
if you have to write it all in a contract,
Yeah.
then
yeah.
it's doomed from the start.
I have a story. Maybe 10 years ago, I assisted the clients. We are dealing with the local Pak Haji, local
Yeah.
strong persons. And then we offer them documents, full documents, hundreds of documents for them to sign. And then, okay, they sign, but at the end of the signing ceremony, they says that, Pak Dendi, for me, it means nothing. Even if I signed, but then I'm not happy with you, and I don't want to do this, what will you do? What you
Yeah.
can do to us?
Yeah.
Can you do harm to me or not? Definitely, you cannot do anything.
Yeah.
So yes, documentation is important, but identifying whether your partner is prudent, your partner is trustworthy person is more important than that.
Yeah. But I just find that, people often call me with some problem. They'll say, on our mining site or factory, someone died. And I immediately call my friends, and I ask them, do you
Yeah.
have experience with this? Do you have experience with that?
Yeah.
You know, when I think when there's a foreign company, the labor relations are quite tense. Yeah. Why do you think that is? I mean, they can be tense, right?
Yeah.
If they're not managed correctly.
Oh yeah, the first is the cultural difference, Chris. In Indonesia, for example, it is a very common Friday is a shorter day. It's a short day, so people take a longer break, for example. But if then the foreign companies come to the Indonesia, it is not always the case that kind of cultures can be implemented in the field. So small things, but it can create conflict. So the problem is building trust, whether the employee have a trust to the company, vice versa. So I think it's not about from which country, but whether the investing company can understand the local cultures, can honor the local cultures, as long as it is still in line with the regulations. Yeah, I think that's the very critical point.
Yeah. Well, let's hear from our local investor. He's in Sulawesi, and he started off in a honeymoon period.
Right.
But
It's a local investor.
oh, sorry, foreign.
Foreign. All
investor,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe you know that Dangdut song. I don't know if you like Dangdut.
Oh, I love it very
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
In one hand, I have poison. The
Oh
other
yeah.
hand, I
Yeah.
have
Honey.
honey. So, yeah, with Smelter, risk and reward, yeah?
All
So,
right.
so let's see where he is now, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, Dendi, I appreciate you taking my calls. I don't even know where to begin with this one. You remember that person I brought on as a partner? The one who was supposed to contribute both land and capital? Yeah, well, he's brought on neither. No assets, no financing, just grand promises and an even grander ego. I agreed to work with him because I believed he had the local influence to move things forward, to smooth over the complexity, so to speak. But now I'm scared I might be cornered. If I cut ties with this guy, I risk antagonizing a very influential man. If I try to renegotiate, I come off as uncertain, possibly even weak-minded. But at the same time, keeping him on board just feels like burning cash. You've seen situations like this before, right? What do you think's the least damaging way to exit? And please, let's skip the renegotiating and good faith ideas. I feel like we're well past that point.
Well, I think any project, well, almost any project, you will need a local partner, right? And there's often a problem with the local partner. What's your experience with this, Dendi?
Yeah. Definitely, no projects can be successful if you don't have good local partners. So the parameters too, you have to have local partners, but the local partner must be a good local partners. And when I advise the clients, the important things when we entrusting something for the local partners, we have to, maintain the step in right. Step in right means if something wrong with the activity or with the responsibility or with the liability of the local partners, we have to get the right to step in and replacing the activity by ourselves. So, for example, about the land, if we entrusting the land acquisition for the local partners, 2 points that we have to consider. The first, that we need the transparency. So the local partner will have to disclose all the activities, all the documentations, and we have to get access, full access to the process, to the documents. That's point number one. Second point is that we have to have a step in right. If we see, for example, okay, this guy fails to do the work properly, we have to get a privilege rights to step in, replacing the position, taking over the process by ourselves. So without that, it is like your friends fail. So everything stuck. You cannot do anything. All the money already been paid up. So transparency and stepping right is a very important, Chris.
Yeah, but it's like finding a wife, yeah?
yeah.
It's not so easy.
Yeah.
Some people fly in and they want to meet a local partner, speed dating,
Yeah.
Tinder.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Actually, I don't have any experience with the Tinder, but for this kind of things, what you can do is you have to do a background check. Who your partner will be. I don't think a law firms can help you on that, can help the client on that. But I believe there are several private investigating company who can do a background checking for the client. It's very important. What the projects that the local partners already delivered, whether there is a bad story about him or her, whether this guy is on a routine basis involved in a dispute in the court, a dispute with other people. So the typical background checks will mitigate a risk of picking up the wrong person as your partner.
Yeah, I think they have a new category now. They call that reputation risk.
Right.
And there are actually detective investigation firms.
Yeah.
And they will look at social media, litigation history.
Yeah.
But still, sometimes it comes down to character. Yeah. Like I said in the beginning, in this bankrupt world, maybe friendship is the only real currency. But how do we get a local partner that, you're going to be going through a lot together, and the culture is very important. The relationship between the two entities is very important.
You know, Chris, my comment a bit skeptical on the friendship, business based on the friendships. So even okay, personally, friendship matters, but in terms of the investment, we have to secure everything.
Yeah.
We have to have access. Even you are my friend, you do the work for me. I have to get an all access. What are you doing? Whether the money goes to the right place, whether you are on the right progress or not, right direction or not. And if you did something wrong, I have a right to kick you out, and I replace you with my other personnel or by myself. So I think that kind of approach is very critical.
True, but you must have a good relationship.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
With the counterpart.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. How do we find this local partner? Is there a formula or a secret or?
There is no formula. There is no fixed formula. The thing is that whether this guy or whether the potential local partners, they have similar experience in the same project, similar project or not. If this is the first project for them, it's a bit challenging. But if they have a successful project before, okay, we can expect that they can deliver result. So the background check is quite important, Chris.
We have another call here
Yep.
from actually it's a rival law firm that because often when you have a smelter project there will be legal issues.
Yep.
So you might have to deal with other law firms.
Okay, with the
Let's hear what
counterpart.
they have to say.
Hi. Yes, thank you for your time. If it's okay with you, do you mind if I get straight to the point? I represent a client who has a significant issue involving your investor, specifically a civil dispute concerning contractual obligations that have not been fulfilled. Our client has communicated that under normal circumstances, they would process this through the courts. However, if a fair resolution isn't reached soon here, we may be forced to consider courses of action outside of civil dispute. I'm sure you understand the implications. Sure, a civil matter is one thing, sir. Frustrating but manageable, I'm sure. A criminal report, however, is a different story. That brings complications that no investor wants on their record. See, this doesn't have to escalate, sir. There is still an opportunity to resolve this discreetly and professionally. Settle this matter, and we will all move forward. However, our client emphasizes that if this continues to be ignored, the next call may not come from us or from our client, but from the authorities. The choice is yours. Thank you for your time.
Things are heating up, in Central Sulawesi.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had this experience where there's a legal dispute. Obviously, you're in Central Sulawesi. There's land issues, power issues, supply issues, contracts, subcontractors. But someone calls, and they want to make it a criminal matter. It's a commercial matter, but like this caller said, I'm going to make it because that's his threat, right? He's saying, I'm going to make this a police matter. Does this happen often?
Yeah, in Indonesia, it's quite common from the transactions relations, business relations, civil relations convert into the criminal offense or criminal attacks. So that's definitely 100% their rights to treat the client whatever things they like. But the thing is that it is not that easy to use the criminals offensive to get the leverage, because now the time is changed. Now the police, they have a quite relatively transparent. The police will not just accept any kind of report and then bust somebody, put someone behind the bus. No, there must be some process that we have to go through. But we have to take that threat seriously. We have to, for example, we have to see whether there is any risk that, okay, the offensive, the criminal offense that they are treating is valid or not. That's point number one. Point number two, Chris, I'm a lawyer. I assisted in the transaction and dispute as well, but I always advise my clients, if something can be dealt amicably, it's better to do so. Why? Because there are no winning party in a dispute. Even if you win the case, even if you win the case in the arbitrations or in the court, actually you are losing. You are losing money, you are losing time. If we are disputing about the constructions, even winning parties still suffer the delay. So no winning party in a dispute. So as long as the amicable settlement is still makes sense, reasonable, so I prefer to advise clients to have a middle way, to find a midway, to find a resolutions, to go to the amicable resolutions.
Well, that's great, but yeah, I think that that's why some people are afraid, because as soon as they get the letter, maybe they could just send a warning letter though, right?
Yeah.
So they don't have to go to the police yet. They can
Yeah.
just send a warning
Yeah,
letter,
yeah.
and they will target the top executive. I mean, well, I think we're running out of time now, but can you just tell me very quickly what to do in a case like that where the top executive gets a warning letter?
Oh, first, we have to be firm with our stance. We have to be firm with our stance, whether the accusations is right or not. We have to be firm with that. From that point, if it is actually not right, then we have to deny all the allegations and we can send the counterclaim to the client. But if it turns out that what the allegation is right, then we have to start preparing the exit strategy of this.
Well, it looks like things are really heating up here
Yes.
at Deal Street Cafe, so stay tuned for our next episode and we'll find out what happens to the investor. Is it a happy ending or maybe a sad ending? Thanks for joining me, Dendi.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we'll
you,
see you
Chris.
again next time. Thank you.
Thank you.